What's up, fight fans? This is Tony Bellew with Counterpunch Boxing News, and of course I have some more boxing for you. I want to talk to you guys today about Tony Bellew. Tony Bellew is going to fight one of the most prestigious fights and one of the most rarest opportunities for any fighter that he can face, because Usyk has all the belts. He's the unified champion. And that's going to be a war like he wants. But I'm here. I've already talked about the fight study. I just want to give you a breakdown on how authentic Tony Bellew is as a fighter, as a real person. You know what I mean? Like, you see a lot of people, they say a lot, they talk a lot, and they really don't produce. You know what I mean? And I say he hasn't ever talked trash talk because, you know, he's had his feuds with Deontay Wilder and David Haye and other fighters. But he keeps it 100% real, and that's rare in the sport of boxing. You know, Tony Bellew, you know, he was like one of the first ones that ever came out and say, well, hey, Deontay Wilder, I think, you know, he's this, he's that. I think, you know, he's a low-class citizen. He said, but I would never fight Deontay Wilder, and if I did, yeah, 5 or 6 rounds I can hang in there. But eventually, Deontay Wilder will catch me. And he will render me unconscious if he does, because the guy has freakish power. Now, that's the realest I ever heard someone say, despite what a person, you know, dislikes, a person's dislikes towards a fighter or as a person, you know, that doesn't stop him from being 100% real on what will happen in that ring. Because a lot of times, you know, a guy would discredit another guy just because they don't like that guy or for something they did, you know, maybe something in their character, you know, or whatever. But he keeps it 100% real, and he, you know, kept it 100% real yesterday as he was being interviewed by like FightHype.com and other commentators and other channels. And he said if he wins this fight Saturday night between Usyk, which would be a huge task, by the way, I might add, he's going to walk away, you know, because he knows and he respects the position that he's in. And that's the way you want to go out. That's the way Floyd went out. That's the way Deontay Wilder plans to go out. That's the way a lot of fighters plan to go out, on the top, right? So, you know, and they mentioned Andre Ward. He was like, look, Andre Ward is Andre Ward. I don't care what type of money they ask me. I don't care what it is they offer me. I'm not going to fight Andre Ward. I respect Andre Ward. He's one of the best fighters of my era. And that's going to be that. I'm going to join him, you know, in retirement and go back to a normal life. You know, I can respect that. You know what I mean? Because, see, a lot of fighters, you know, you fight Usyk. Man, look, if he beats Usyk, why would anyone ever expect him to fight Andre Ward? You know what I mean? Yeah, it could be a big build-up fight and all this. You know what I mean? It, you know, the fantasy matchup that started, you know, on camera, on Creed, right? But nonetheless, you know, it's one of them situations where why would you want to fight Andre Ward when you had such a bad or a big task in Usyk? You know what I mean? And I respect that. You know what I mean? He wants to go back to a normal life. He could have easily retired after, like I said before, he could have easily retired after the David Haye wins, after those 2 upset losses, because everybody was like, okay, that was a fluke. You know what I mean? Until he did it again, though. You know, he could have retired after that. That was his mark in the sport of boxing. And then, hey, then you're going to see him on the silver screen. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, his legacy has been stamped, and it is a stamp of approval, right? So, yeah, that's just a definition, or an example, rather, of someone keeping it 100% real about themselves, you know, and like what he said about Usyk, you know, he's going to try to take his soul, but he might lose his in the process. You know what I mean? Because if you notice, most fighters that are angry, you know, or determined, they also want to, they focus on so much of what they're going to do versus what the other opponent is capable of doing. Tony Bellew is not one of those type of guys. That's why this fight is going to be good. I mind you, to reference that fight, into this equation. You don't have to push him, get pissed, shove him, any of that, talk smack, because he knows. He looks in my eyes, he's going to see that I mean business, and he wants an absolute war. So, 100% I got to respect that, and I just want to drop that to you guys, let you guys know how I feel about that. You guys tell me what you think about Tony Bellew's interview. Of course, please subscribe. You guys been Counterpunch. Peace.